Hey, everybody, fellow otakus. Welcome to Otaku International Podcast. I am Ike Senpai, and we're going to be having an anime conversation about the best action and romance slice of lives, the anime or the mangas, Demon Slayer anime, and Solo Leveler, the webtoon or manhwa, whichever you guys want to call it. And what I want you to do, we're going to have an open Q&A at the end, and feel free to join the conversation throughout the chat, all right, at any point. Hosts today are going to be Muninn.
Hi.
Pizza-chun.
Hello.
And Andrech.
Hey, what's going on, dudes?
There it is. And then what's going to happen is, guys, just so you know, we have a Discord. Please go to it. It's Otaku International's Discord. We talk about just about everything that is anime, manga, manhwa, and webtoon related. It's a great community that's just pretty much everyone from around the world. We literally just go in there, play video games, and hang out. So now let's go ahead and get this started, okay? And what I want to do for you guys, let's talk about what you think is the best action anime. And actually, I want to start it off in that sense. And you know what? For me, what I think is the best action anime, or in a sense, my best action anime, I actually thought a lot about this one, and I want to go, like, for the time being, this is my favorite one. It is Drifters. Drifters is, right now, for me, one of the best action animes that is out there. Anime and manga. I actually love the manga more because it actually goes on for a while. And Drifters is literally just one of those. It's an anime that has to do with a bunch of warriors from different historic times. And what happens is they come to another world, and this world that they come into somehow is subjecting them as like the saviors of that world. And each one of them has, like, of course, a certain personality trait that they have that makes them like a strong hero and a strong person. And it's just, the action in it is absolutely monstrous. Like, it's crazy. There's like a lot of there's actually a lot of blood in it, a lot of like samurai tactics. And like, it's one of those action animes. It's go, 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 go. And it will always surprise you. And it always has like some crazy badass scenes to it. How about you, Muninn? What do you think? Or what are a best action anime for you?
I have to go with one of my favorite anime/manga of all time, which is the big three member Bleach.
There it is.
And but I have to say, if you watch the anime, look up an episode guide and skip the fillers, because there are a lot of them.
Or just read the manga.
I like the fillers,
Or
though. They're
just
kind of
read
funny.
the manga, which is way better of an experience as well. And we have what I think is like the best thing, because I also always told everybody to read the manga because of the last arc, which was it's until now not made into an anime, but it is coming back probably around next year.
Yes.
I'm
wait for
excited.
I'm excited for that.
Fun fact, I read the whole last arc while I was in Japan.
Oh, nice.
Bro, it was insane. It's definitely, like, if you have the time, it's so good. It's so good.
It's crazy. It's been so long since the actual, since the manga ended and stuff. And like, I'm just happy that they're finally bringing the anime back, because they just kind of left that lingering off for way too long.
Yes, it ended in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And for the 20-year anniversary, they announced that the 1,000-Year Blood War arc will come back.
Ooh, that's the arc you need to look for.
Yes.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
Yes, I'm so looking forward for this, and I hope that they extend the fights.
Ooh, I mean, there's a lot of fighting.
Yes, there's a lot of fighting, but
so much action.
because there are so many different characters fighting, some of the fights, in my opinion, were a little bit cut short. So I hope that some fights in the Thousand Year Blood War arc get a little bit more attention in the anime.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I just hope they'll be able to show up the best fight they have so far, the Yuki Ota fight. They better top that one, man. They better
the last
top that
arc
one.
they did before, though, where I'm not going to spoil or anything. The last arc that was kind of like modernized, I guess, for Bleach looks so nice. Like the fighting sequences look really good.
Yes. What is
talk-
that? Is that the Fullbringer arc?
Yeah, it was a Fullbringer arc.
Yep.
Yes, that was
really
also
good.
the last arc for the anime.
Dude, that
Yeah.
one just made me mad. It just
Yeah.
made me mad because they brought him back and they did that whole thing. We're like, yeah, Bleach is back. And then they didn't.
Then they take it away.
they
Yes.
didn't
How could you?
capsize off of it. That was
Really
upsetting, man.
It was a good arc, though. I enjoyed it.
But also, if I remember correctly, they didn't say that after the Fullbringer arc, Bleach will end. They put, I think, if I remember correctly, they only put the anime on hiatus because they caught up to the manga, and they didn't want to put any more fillers because Bleach is like half
yeah.
fillers.
I mean, they ruined it with the whole sidetrack with the anime, you know.
Yeah.
The only
So-
filler I can recommend is the Sanpakuto filler.
Oh,
Yes!
That's the
You're talking about
only
when all
filler
the
that is
Zanpakutos come
actually
out?
good. What?
You're talking about the one where all their Zanpakutos toes like come out and stuff like that. You get to see their actual like
Yeah.
their
Form.
beating.
Yes.
That's sick. That was sick.
That's a good
That would
filler.
is so good.
Because you learn so much more about the Sanpakutos in this filler arc. And I think it gives the like, it is said that the Sanpakutos are a part of the soul. And that is portrayed even more through the filler arc.
Yep.
Mm.
I like
All right.
Squid's personality. Go
I
ahead.
mean, my choice would be, it's a bit an under appreciated anime. I mean, the seasons were amazing in my opinion. It's called Bungo Stray Dog.
Bungo straight up.
Bungo
Yeah.
Stray. Oh, I love
Yeah.
that show. That's a great
That's
show.
that's an amazing action anime. Like, there are like detectives with like special powers, and in one there's
Detective Agency.
yeah, in the detective agency, exactly. And there's a one guy that got kicked out by an what's it called when you got no parents? I mean,
Orphanage.
yeah, an orphanage, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
So and then out of it, it's happening a lot of things that it's not explainable for him, and due to him being found by a depressionate side character, you know, they figure out how and why. So it's a
Yeah.
really recommended anime, a bit underrated, but you should watch it if you have the time.
Yeah, if you like the whole if you like stories that usually have like complex, like, how should I say, some just complex plots, that's a really good show.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mind game, like Death Note, a bit
I
like
definitely
cat
need
and
to watch
mouse
it.
game.
Definitely need
Yeah.
to watch it. I can't believe I haven't watched it already because I usually
Bro, you
I
have
watch
watched so
everything.
many.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
really
you have
good.
watched so many animes, mangas, and you haven't watched that one. It's quite
I don't
surprising.
understand. I don't understand. I haven't. Like, even when you brought it up, I was like, wait a minute, which one? Oh man.
Yeah, it's
I need to
actually
fix my life. That's
surprisingly
my
good.
bad. Pizza, you gotta fix my life, dude. You already started doing that with freaking JoJo.
Bro, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for you to message me, yo, Pizza. Let's go on Discord. I'll
Hey,
stream.
we started though. We started
We
already.
started.
And we
We're
got
at
pretty
episode
far.
8. We are at episode 8. I'm waiting for you to message me, yo. Let's continue, cause shit is going down.
Yeah. It is.
The
And for
JoJo
the
army.
people join our Discord, and I'll watch JoJo with you. No joke. I'll rewatch it 100 times if you join.
He's looking for a JoJo army, guys. Think for
He
yourself.
really is. It's oh god. He's already started acquiring it. Started giving freaking roles to people for just JoJo fans itself.
I have a special role, which is called Certified Joe Bro. If you join me, my Joe Bros, you know. I've
Dude.
nothing to say anymore.
Seems pretty good, man. In terms of action anime for me, if y'all join me on Mondays, you'll know that I'm an avid fan of Black Clover, which is a really good action anime.
Yeah.
But for the sake of, be sure to join in on Mondays. Watch 3 p.m. EST. But if y'all are a big fan of action anime, one series that I've really kind of liked. It's a long-winded series. There's multiple versions of it, but this specific version, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. That's one of the greatest action anime. That's one of the greatest, in my opinion, action series I've ever watched. And it has a complex plot, a good protagonist as opposed to the other iterations of the story, and a very complex situation that he's stuck in. Just know that in this world, magic does exist, and there's a upcoming fight for the Holy Grail, which is like the pinnacle of all magic achievements to get this Holy Grail. And this Holy Grail war that occurs every 50 years is occurring now, and our protagonist has found himself caught up in the middle of it. So there's reasons behind everything in this story, and I'm telling you right now, in terms of an action anime, it is second to none.
Okay, we gotta talk about this. I love Fate Stay Night Blade Works so freaking much. It is amazing. Like I grew up watching the old Fate Stay Night, the original one, and that one was kind of like, I guess, like family Yu Yu Hakusho type comedy, and like it has the action, but it also has like the homely slice of lifeness. And then like when Blade Works came out, I was like, what is going on?
The lore of that show is actually so ridiculously deep. You have no idea. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So many like different like just holes and nicks and nannies to go into with it. It's crazy.
I mean, didn't Fate have like a weird watch order?
Yes, it does.
Well, I'll tell you this: you don't have to go into this watching the other movies, because I didn't watch Fate Stay Night before I watched Unlimited Blade Works, and I still knew everything that was going on. The other movies connect well with it. I'm telling you that right now.
So the best way to watch it is that you watch Fate Stay Night Blade Works, then you watch Fate Stay Zero or Fate Zero, and then you watch the second season of Fate Stay Blade Works. And like after that, everything else you can watch them however order you want to watch them. That's so just me. You gotta watch those 3 Fate Stays. Like you have to watch it in that order, because if you watch it differently, like it's just gonna be out of place. Or you can watch Zero first and then watch the rest, but it kind of answers it for you. So it's better to watch Blade Works first one and then Zero.
Hey, we have a question in the chat.
Oh yeah, I see it. He says, why is it out of order and stuff like that? And you know what? We actually have a very segment for answering those questions. But you know what? I actually want to answer that one. So the reason it's like out of order is because Fate Stay Night was a very old one that they did a long time ago. And then they did Fate Stay Zero to recap off of that, to tell everyone what happened in the beginning. And this thing was solid. Like Fate Stay Zero, Fate Stay Zero was great. It was probably like one of the things that just blows your mind. Like you will watch it and you'll be like, oh, whoa. So if you watch Blade Works, because Blade Works is a remake of the original, and they perfected it into this crazy money spending animation. They put so much money into this animation. It is crazy.
I will say it's not an exact. It's a different. He makes certain different choices in Blade Works, and that's what this whole series is about. It's based upon a game called Fate, and you can make your own choices and go down specific roads and have different endings. So Fate Stay Night was one ending that you chose if you chose to go with somebody. I'm not going to say who it is.
Yep.
And Fate Unlimited Blade Works is if you choose to go with somebody else.
Yep.
So it's not the exact same, but it does have similar characteristics, if that makes sense. There's similar. There are events that happen that kind of correspond and cross off with each other.
Yeah, it is extremely good. And you know what? Moving from that, guys, now we're going to look at another piece, which is going to be what you think is the best romance / slice of life. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say my piece first. So this one I actually had read this. I'm gonna talk about the manga because the manga is way better than the anime. And this is probably one of my very first slice of life animes, or I'm sorry, mangas that really got me. Like it was like, wait a minute. Did that just happen? Like, no way. Like it takes you for a twist. Like, because usually you're used to this high school setting type stuff, but it will throughout the whole thing, it hits you with so many different twists. It hits you with so many different like I guess character development moments and stuff like that. And it is Kimi no Iramachi. And
How?
Kimi no Iramachi. Kimi no Iramachi like literally starts with a boy who lives in like, you know, the countryside. And what happens is his dad has a friend that moved his daughter to the countryside because she was having problems in the city. And this girl
That
moves
purple
into
hair
the
one, right?
What was that?
Purple haired. Is it the purple haired one?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god.
It's
I would
so
never
good.
openly admit to watching this though.
Exactly. And she moves into the home and you know they go about this like the kid's he's kind of like a stuck-up prude, like honestly, and she's like this bubbly ditzy girl and it just ends up turning into this romance. But this romance, of course, has a bunch of twists and turns that a lot of people go through in life. Like especially going from it starts in the beginning where it starts from high school, in between high school getting to college, in college itself, the romance is in college and then out of college. Like it follows the dude's entire life from high school. And it's really good. The manga is really good. It actually, I think it teaches you a lot about a lot of life lessons. Yeah, there's a lot of drama in it and stuff like that. A little bit ecchi, just so you know.
It's a good shoujo, honestly. Like it's a very good shoujo, like kind of like relationship based show. It's really nice. I've watched it too.
If you're looking for a long-term like romance slice of life that you can invest in when it comes to the manga, I would say definitely read it. Like I said, Kimi no Iramachi. We'll put all these mangas and animes in our description download as well. So later on, if you guys want to find them, you'll be able to. But that is my go-to right now. I've always liked it, and I still will stick to it to this day, even though there's still, you know, all these other good, really awesome slice of life out there.
True.
So, for me, I have to pick a rather old anime, but I rewatched it several times, and it gets me every time. It's Anohana.
Oh,
I won't tell you the whole title because it's freaking long, and I cannot pronounce it. But
man,
it's such a good story. Every time I rewatch it several times, and every time I get the feels, it gets me every time. And it's this story. The story is about this little girl, Menma. She died when she was, how old were there? I think 9 years, 8, 9 years old. And then she gets back as a ghost into the living world to her childhood friend. Now I forgot the name.
Nice.
I forgot the main character's name.
Hey, it happens to us. It happens to we watch so many.
It happens to all of us.
So many mangas.
And only he can see her, and he's like during their years from like until he got 15, he was becoming like was shutting himself off. He didn't go to school. He always plays video games. So then Menma shows up, and they want to give her last wish. And it in the end, like it is very early on where they say what her last wish was, or what she thinks her last wish was, but in the end, it's a little bit different, and it's so good. And in the end, you will cry.
Oh, wow.
It's really sad.
Yes.
Very sad.
I mean, Muninn said that she has an old anime, but I'll go way older than you, Muninn.
Oh God.
It's
Look,
it's
it's
dated.
not that old.
It's 2011. It's decent, but I'll
Yeah.
take
That's
it.
not that
I'll
old.
take it further back. I'll go back to 1999 to the great teacher. What's his name called?
Onizuka.
Onizuka.
Oh, yes!
Ichio.
But
Yes!
the reason I
That's a
watched it,
classic.
that's the classic of classics. If every teacher was like that guy, everyone would be like freaking Einstein or something, man. They would all go to school. I
I've
mean,
never heard of it before. I need to watch it.
I stumbled it upon YouTube, and actual one of the few times the recommendation of YouTube is like getting a good thing, you know.
Mhm.
But it's about an teacher that was a delinquent, and then turns his life around to basically become one of the best teachers you could ever like get in school. You know, like he's actually putting effort in his students, which you won't see a lot.
God.
Like currently, you know, like teachers would give up on you because you have bad grades or you're not doing well or whatever. He's the guy that motivates you like to do you because he was in the path of a delinquent. And he can put you in his place.
That
And
was so good.
it was
Oh
so
my
good. I watched every single episode. There's like 43 episodes. I've watched every single one. I came to the end and I was like, wait, there's no more? I was so sad. Like I wanted more, you know?
Yeah.
What is with Onizuka is that he isn't even a teacher. Like it starts off.
Substitute.
It starts off by him stealing his friend's identity
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, true.
yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
his friend,
It's kinda like
his
School
best
of
friend
Rock.
and roommate
Oh, School of Rock.
is like a substitute teacher at a school, and he comes home and is like complaining that Onizuka didn't clean up anything, just is like lazy, and then Onizuka states that being a substitute teacher is not that hard. And then they get in this argument, so Onizuka gets the idea to steal this identity and become a teacher like himself. And
I mean, he
that's the
became a
start
great
of this
teacher.
anime. It's so
It was
Yeah.
it was so good though. You know, I remember watching that when I was younger. Actually, my brother was watching. I was like, "What are you watching?" He's like, "Are you serious?"
yeah.
And then like I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll watch it with you." And I sat down and started watching it with him. I was like, "This is freaking good."
And the premise is he doesn't do it because he wants to be a teacher.
Yep.
He does it because of the girls.
Yeah.
Because of high school girls.
I forgot about that.
That's so Japanese, man. Oh my god.
Yes.
It's so funny. It's so funny. That was a big chunk, man. Goddamn.
How about
Listen,
you,
man.
Andrech?
You gotta drink that fan service.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
All right.
How
Oh.
about you, Andrech? What do you? How about you?
All right, I like the big brain anime stuff, like Death Note's kind of chill and stuff like that. But that's not exactly slice of life. So, I recently, not really recently, I've watched it like over and over again. Whenever I just forget about it, it's called Hyuka.
Hyuka.
Oh, it's on my watch list.
Hyuka. Well, Hyuka
Wait.
is a slice of life kind of romance, like it's a high school romance that kind of develops near the end. That's exactly how it's spelled, Muninn. And
Yes,
it's literally
that's on my list.
it's about this one guy who has who's severely like energy deprived, and the reason, and my theory is because his brain is so big. His sister basically orchestrates kind of like how Sherlock Holmes had his big brother kind of orchestrate things for him to keep him busy. His sister does the same thing for her little brother. They basically go around and solve mysteries around the school, and essentially the romance is not like the focal point of the setting. It's more like conceptual questions, but it's really slice of life. Like it's a bunch of friends, and the romance kind of develops near the end, I guess you can say.
I need to watch that one. I need to find it and watch that one.
Hyuka is a very good anime, and you should
I don't know
watch
why I haven't heard of it.
you need to put it in a Discord, like the anime section, so we can all check it out eventually.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
I didn't realize I had such good animes.
You just started something right now. Okay, I just want you to know
Yeah,
that.
true. Also,
As
what
I
like
said, it's already on my list.
I'll go watch it as well.
It's actually
mean-
funny.
I
The
mean,
whole
actually,
situation
something caught my eye in the comment section. Soul said also Erase is one of romance. So I guess he's implying that Erase is a romance anime.
kind of.
It's
No.
kind
Is
of-
there no romance anime?
There is no,
No, it's
romance.
not.
It's
Well,
like supernatural, seinen, mystery, and there's a little bit of romance in the end, but
Mhm.
that's like it's more like a mystery type anime that's
It's more like
really good.
that Erased is more like an artistic piece as opposed to just like a romance anime per se, if that makes sense. Like
True.
Interesting.
it's
Okay.
kind of like mirroring. I'm not going to get too far into it for people who haven't
Yeah.
watched it, but
You know
True.
what? I think stepping over that, let's go into the next topic, which is actually going to be about the thing that everyone has been talking about. It's one of the craziest. It is Demon Slayer. All right. So one of the biggest things I wanted to talk about Demon Slayer is what are your guys' thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on Demon Slayer, the anime? And Muninn, actually, I want to start with you, and we'll come back to me.
Yes, so on Demon Slayer, I have to say that I'm a person, if an anime is overhyped, I will delay watching the anime. It takes time because I'm like procrastinating watching the anime because it's so hyped. And on Demon Slayer, I have to say that yes, it is a good anime. It has a good story. The animation is freaking beautiful.
Oh yeah, it is. It is so good.
But for me, it's a worth watching it's worth watching it. But it's not a hype anime for me. For me, it's good. It's good to watch. Good story, but not a hype anime.
Oh.
Nah.
I haven't watched the movie though.
I know
Nah.
that one.
I'm waiting for
Nah, Muninn,
To-
nah. You can't say it isn't hype. There's so much great action in it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
There
come on.
but in my opinion, for me, it's not hype material.
I mean, then again, but then I would like to ask you a question, Muninn. What for you is an hype anime?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I want to know too because
I
you know
mean-
what? I that thing has had me hyped up since the first episode.
Demon Slayer sold more manga copies than One Piece at a certain point. You
Yes.
can't say
No,
you can't say that isn't hype. I mean, your hype standard is above the house. It's just insane if you don't find that
it's
hype.
just like for me that's why I said for me it's not hype.
Okay,
Because
okay. So how about
in
this?
general, it is hype. I acknowledge that, but just
What gets you to the point of hypeness then?
Exactly.
I'm using it like that. What gets you to the point of like? Do you think that it would be super hyped that you expected this to be? Like think about anime.
what I'm thinking about right now is actually Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay, all right. I see what you mean.
they kind of
I
a
mean,
similar
it's
art
hype.
style.
It's hype
Yeah.
too.
True.
But it's not the art style. It's just the way how it is. Like Jujutsu
It's
Kaisen.
the art style is
for me-
similar because it kind of contrasts like like that's the thing
timeline.
about Demon Slayer. Like the attacks that they do kind of have like a 2D illustration. Like it looks
Yeah,
like water
I
painting.
was thinking that too.
Same thing with like Jujutsu Kaisen. Like the spiritual power looks like water painting.
I mean, like in episode 2 or 3 when he sliced down the big ass boulder, you know, like the little story behind it. I mean,
Dude, it
oh
was
my god,
so good. See, you know what?
it's
The
so
thing-
clean.
It's so good. And the thing that freaking gets me about Demon Slayer itself is really the main character himself, and the things he's going through and the feelings that he's feeling. Like they are so freaking genuine. This kid, I don't know what it is, but he is like probably the nicest person in the entire world. And he's able to see literally people's, like he's able to forgive people for even the flaws they committed against him at the moment.
True.
Like, and it's crazy.
I mean, bro, the way he feels empathy to the demons, while the other demon slayers are like, "Yo, bro, what is he on about? You know, what are you doing?" Like he feels the emotions. Like everyone makes mistakes, and at your lowest point, you can make the biggest mistake of your life. You know, because you're like at the lowest point, and he sees that, he acknowledges it, and he like embraces it with like both of his hands, like, "Yo, bro, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I got you, bro." You know.
Yeah,
He's a bit of a crying type, but which I dislike, but it's deserved, you know, not like Deku. Okay, let's
Well,
let's go.
that's the thing that keeps me on Demon Slayer, even though I don't really like the main character. I don't.
What?
I like the main character personally. When it comes to Demon Slayer, for me, like this show, it has the same hype as like probably because the music, I guess, but had the same hype for like Alicization. Like it has the same vibe to me. But in terms of just like story and everything, if anything, even if you hate the main character, even if you hate the premise, even if you hate this music, I mean not music, even if you hate the story, you have to watch to at least episode 19. If you get to episode 19 and you still don't like it, I don't know. I honestly don't know if there's any hope for you. Because episode 19, in my opinion, is, and I still listen to the song sometimes, like literally at the end of episode 19. Episode 19 is probably the most amazing reveal of any kind of power up somebody has in an anime, artistically, musically, and just it's so good. It's genuinely it's from somebody who watches shonens like all the time. I can tell you right now that this show, like this story, is second to none. It's fantastic.
It's like a One Piece music, you know, like the way the Brook orchestrates it.
I get a Hero Aka vibe from the music and Alicization, because the singer, you know, the ending is kind of Alicization-esque, but that episode 19 is definitely My Hero Academia like vibes, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. You know what, man? Actually, as we're talking about this, very quick. So this could be open conversation for this, all right? So what do you guys think? Do you think Demon Slayer will get better from here on out, or do you think there's going to be a decline in sales and stuff like that? Because right now, Demon Slayer has just hit the top of the shelf and has just kept going and just busted it. And it's just crazy how popular it is in Japan, how popular it is all over the Western world. Like when the movie came out, I was surprised. How well it sold. So from this point, what do you guys think? Do you think from this point on that it's going to get better from here? Or do you think there's going to be like a slight decline in it? Go ahead, Muninn.
I'm not sure about it. I mean, from the sales, I think it's going to get up. It stays up there. From the sales, like I think it reached the I'm not sure about the second season because like when the movie came out, it reached like its peak, and I think it will decline a little bit but go up again with the second season. So, but I think it stays like in this upper range of sales, definitely.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I disagree with Muninn because I mean I read the manga because it was way too hype for my feeling for not reading it. I mean, literally waiting 1 week per episode, it was an agony. You know, I couldn't handle it anymore. So I read the manga. I was up to date with the manga. I was still like getting annoyed because I'm way too fast, while reading. But it's not gonna
Speed reader.
decline. Speed reader, man. Bro,
Yeah.
it's not gonna decline. In my opinion, it's gonna go straight up. There are some things for you, Muninn, for things that are gonna happen, and you're gonna be amazed. That's all I'm gonna say. It's
This
gonna be
next
amazing.
season.
It's gonna be amazing.
I'm excited for this next season, man. It's gonna be so good.
True.
I think if I don't want to be overly optimistic, I guess, but I think the real answer to this question is somewhere between Pizza and Muninn's theories. Because think about this: how many people saw the Pokemon movie, but how many people have watched the Pokemon series? There's a difference between anime watchers and anime movie watchers, and like everybody who watches the anime is going to go see the movie, but not everybody who sees the movie is going to go watch the anime.
I mean,
what?
So this is my theory. My theory is there's going to be a sharp increase for a little bit, then there's going to be a gradual decline to where it was originally going to be growing, if that makes sense. So think about this: the movie, if the anime was growing like I can't even do the camera right. If the anime was growing like this normally, and then the movie just kind of peaked it up like that, it's going to go down, but it's going to go back up to like where it was going to be originally. Because what's going to happen is everybody that watched the movie is going to try and shift over to the anime format. They're going to be like, oh, this isn't exactly like the movie. So then they're either going to drop it or they're going to stick to it. So it's going to be people dropping it and it's going to continue on like the original growth. I think that's my theory in the whole matter.
Okay.
By the way, if I can say something real quick, I'm sorry, Ike.
Mm-hmm.
In Demon Slayer, like, can I say the top rankers? I think I can, right? Or is it a bit of a spoil? No, right?
Oh no. Yeah, that's gonna be a spoiler.
And I can't.
No.
No, I was gonna make a reference, man.
No.
I
We don't
was
want to
gonna
spoil
make
that
a
for people,
reference.
but in that sense, Andrech, what you were talking about earlier, you know what? That actually makes perfect sense. But I actually feel like the movie would have brought so much more people to the anime, and the anime and the movie aren't that far off from animation.
That's what I mean.
Not.
I know it has nothing to do with animation wise. It's just people that enjoy watching those movies versus people that enjoy watching anime. Those are mutually exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
So I think that's why they made all those short series movies so people can watch them in segments.
Oh yeah, like for an example, a good example of an anime movie that's kind of like an anime-esque is like that Goblin Slayer movie, if you've seen it, called Goblin Crown. It's kind of like a 30-minute, maybe 40-minute movie. It's not really a movie per se. It's just like an extended episode. Stuff like that kind of folds seamlessly with the anime. But for like an 2-hour movie, I mean, an example of it would be like the Sword Art Online movie. Can't remember the name of it right now. I can't.
Oh, the one where they go into the real world, right?
Yeah, it's the real world one. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. People that like that movie aren't necessarily going to go back and like watching season 2 of the anime because those two aren't mutually exclusive. They don't really have anything to do with each other. That's like you could say that Demon Slayer is different because it has like a moving plot, but every time there's like a movie, like an anime movie or some kind, it usually is disconnected a little bit from like the plot somehow, if that makes sense. Like you could argue that people that watch the second My Hero Academia movie, you could argue that a lot of people try to jump back into the anime after watching the movie, but then fell off again.
Yeah. You know what? After I watched the movie was hyped. The movie was hyped.
It was super hyped. It was super good too. It was great animation.
It was kind of like, because there's some points in My Hero that you want to see that consistent animation, combat animation that we saw with All Might's fight, that we saw with Endeavor's fight, when we saw with freaking Stain's fight, like all these fights, the way they maneuvered people around is how the movie was. But at the same time, you can't say that like at the end of the first movie, like that huge sequence where Deku and All Might have that big battle with that bad guy. You can't say that that's on the same level as like the episode where they run into Stain and Deku punches him in the face. I just don't think the animation can keep up with the anime, if that makes sense. Like that's the ideal world we live in. If the movie animation was the same as like the like produced animation, if that makes sense. But I just feel like we had They have to blow all their money in like Fate Stay Blade Works. You're saying?
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
dude.
ba-
Every episode.
I mean, I looked it up. I looked up how much a 13 episode season costs, and it's about like 13 million.
That's because, well, for My Hero Academia, or
But no, just in general, I think it was a while back, but it's hella expensive to get an own anime, you know.
Yeah, that is because anime is all to this day is a big portion of it is made traditionally.
yeah,
There are people on a light table that are drawing the scenes. They have so much paper laying around when they
that's
do
so
an
crazy.
episode, and it's so crazy how they do it. And there are so many people working on it. If you think about it, wait, anime is not usually you would say usual animation is made like 12 frames per second. Anime is a little bit less, but still you have for 1 second you have to draw so many pictures, and then
It's kind
you
of
have
like
like
it's
a
like
20
harder
minutes
claymation.
episode.
Harder
claymation. It's like more difficult claymation, because with claymation you kind of like sit a character in an area and you like take a frame shot, move, take a frame shot. But with anime, you have to take a frame shot, draw an entire new picture, take a frame shot, and you have to have that many pictures for the animation. True. That's insane.
You know what? Actually, keep that thought right there while we're talking about how animes are created and stuff like that, because there's actually something we're going to talk about later, which I want to move over to the next topic. And this next topic is going to be another hyped, like just super hyped up manhwa / webtoon, and that is Solo Leveler. Guys, this is going to be an open discussion, all right? So feel free at any time. And one of the biggest things I want to say is this: I started reading Solo Leveler, and this, like, we're used to isekai stuff, right? We're used to that stuff. We're used to people, going to a new world, but this is something that they made actual like game system, like you play World of Warcraft and stuff like that, in their own world, and they integrated it as like jobs within the world, and it was new for its being, the way they set it up, and it's great. You know what? I might be spoiled with colored art now.
It's beautiful. It's great. It's great art.
I am absolutely spoiled with colored art, because Solo Leveler takes it to a whole nother level, man. The art is so good, and it's freaking, the action and the character build-up is amazing. Yeah, we have an overpowered character, but they show you every little bits and pieces and how he gets stronger. And like, it's not just like OP. It's not like One Punch Man. Yep, automatically OP. Like, it's not like that. But you see his progressional path throughout the whole thing, and it's just absolutely awesome. I loved it. I actually started reading it. I got tired of reading it because I didn't want to wait for the next chapter, and then I went and read the light novel. I went and read the whole light novel, and I just binged the entire thing. So what do you guys think about the new hyped Solo Leveler?
For me, solo leveling is not hype.
Oh.
This go on, Muninn. Let's explain. Explain.
I started reading it recently. I am I think like 50 chapters in. And
for all those watching, Pizza hasn't read that much of it, so he doesn't want to get spoiled.
Right at the beginning, he's like in the.
So right now we're treading on thin ice.
So we are not allowed to like say anything specific.
We're trying not to spoil him, even though I can
leave for like 5 or 10 minutes. It's not a problem.
Nah, you ain't going nowhere.
No, you're right here, dude. This is where you belong.
Hey, shit, man.
Welcome to the club, dude.
But you know what, Muninn, I know you said it's not as hyped for you, but what do you see different that you like from this actual manhwa or webtoon? Like, because I know a lot of people are really taking a lot from it, especially the animation style. Like I said, the coloring of it, and like altogether, the story itself is pretty good for a lot of people. What about you? What do you take from it? What is something that you actually like of it?
What I really like is the art. It is beautiful. It is well executed. The coloring is always flashy. It just fits together. Where is it lacking? Where it is lacking for me is actually the story and the character build up.
Mhm.
That's where it is lacking for me. Not that it's lacking so much that I would drop it. I will read it, but it's not for me. Same as Demon Slayer, it's not hype material for me.
So, is it too fast or is it too slow for you?
I cannot say too fast or too slow. It's just
Mhm.
the how the story is told.
Okay. All right.
It's
How
an
about you,
acquired
Pizza?
taste, I will say. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't really be like it's the same acquired taste as like it like that like it's like season 1 of Sword Art Online. Kind of like that same acquired taste, you know what I'm saying? It's like OP dude, long hair, looks like he fucks, you know. Just this genuine badass human being. That's he just
Well, he was
presents
a
himself
super
a
nerd.
certain
He was
way.
the weakest person. He was the weakest person when they started off.
Oh
The
yeah, but
absolute most weakest
that story's
person.
been told hundreds of times. I mean, even
Yeah,
at the beginning of One Punch Man, it showed him as like a weak dude that had to kill a giant crab with his necktie. You know what I'm talking about?
I have to correct my last talk. Well, now that I thought about it again, I have to correct my last answer. In the beginning, I think his overpoweredness is too fast.
Oh, too fast.
Yes,
Oh.
I think he gets overpowered too fast.
Mm.
He still has some like at some point he has some challenges he has to face. But overall, the thing that it actually keeps for me keeps me reading it is the whole thing that he is hiding it.
Oh,
yeah,
from everyone.
Yes.
Like the emotional distress from worrying if people find out your secret is like more action packed than him like killing stuff.
Mm.
You know, it's kind of like Death Note in that regard.
Oh, Death Note. Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't think about it. I didn't think it's in that context.
I mean, like I'm like at like the beginning, you know, like you guys said, and I told Ike when I was reading it that it felt like a backwards version of a hardcore leveling warrior,
Mhm.
because like Junwoo starts weak, gets stronger, and hardcore leveling warrior is he was strong and now he's going he starts off strong, you know, and then
Mhm.
something happens. You will see if you read it, if you check the previous podcast I talked about it. But I mean, in my opinion, I can get what Muninn is saying, that it goes too fast. It definitely has a little feeling that he goes a bit hard, you know, like he's actually like if you were like playing MMORPGs like 8 hours, 16 hours straight, like playing the game, you know? So that's how
Okay.
it feels. So
Well,
I can get
it's a
it.
redundant concept to me. That's in my opinion. That's the reason why it gets old. Is the whole concept, and that's the reason why Muninn finds it fascinating when he's trying to hide it, because that's the only branch of like the story that makes it more interesting. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's the
true.
only thing
That
that
is true.
changes. The
Actually, I
original
have to
concept
say-
is I'm weak. I'm going to go grind on WoW for 20 hours.
Mhm.
Actually,
something-
I have to say, if that wouldn't be the case, I'm not sure if I would read it.
Yeah. It's just a redundant concept, because like once you get past like the whole I'm trying to hide my power level kind of thing, it's really just go off, grind mats for 20 hours, come back, me be strong now. That's just sorry.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what?
it's a
Actually,
redundant concept.
on that, so when I first found the Manhwa or Webtoon, when I first found it, I started reading it, right? And I got all the way to the point where I think it's where he's in the dungeon with his friends again. I'm not gonna say everything to it, but the dungeon with his friends again. But this time it ran out, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. And when I read it, read the light novel, there's actually a lot more like details and thinking that they put in the actual manhwa or webtoon. And I'm kind of surprised they don't do that mental monologue that he was doing in the story. They do it sometimes where he's thinking of it, but a lot of the times he is constantly thinking when he's doing these battles. That's like the very first scene when he's dealing with the the first dungeon he goes into after he actually gets the powers. That whole thing, him fighting those wolves or the hellhounds or whatever they're called, dude, he's constantly thinking the entire time about, oh, this is gonna happen after this, and they do well in the manhwa, but there's more thinking in it, which I kind of wish they would have put in it. I kind of wish they would have put that in the manhwa because it kind of brings more big brain sense to it. Which is, I kind of wish they would have done that. And I see what you're talking about, Muninn.
Yeah, the thing is that also was kind of sad for me to the point where I am, as I said, I'm not finished, not up to date. I'm in like chapter 50 or so. So is that they didn't explore his thoughts and how he thinks while fighting, because without I tried to explain it without spoiling pizza.
I think it's weird too because in the light novel they do talk.
You were in that part. You were in that part.
Yep.
I know you were in the part. Okay. And right at the beginning, when they're in this dungeon, in this A-level or higher dungeon, he is the one that has the brain.
True.
And,
yeah, he is.
And after he gets this strong, it's like he lost his brain for power.
It's kind of like if you go into a dungeon in World of Warcraft at a low level, you got to think about what you're doing, but once you get strong enough, you can just run through it and not even worry about it.
That is true. That is true.
It's just like it.
That's interesting, dude. That's interesting. But when you keep on with it, I'm gonna tell you now because I don't want to spoil it for everyone. It gets even bigger, big brain later on because of how his powers expand. That he finds out there's so much more to it, and so when you get to that sector, you're like, oh, and you're gonna be. Go ahead.
In the part where I am was actually one of the. It was the second time it showed that he had a little bit brain.
You're gonna get there. He's gonna have a lot of big brain moments, especially when he fights these certain people, which technically he is not strong enough to beat. Technically, and you're gonna see how big brain he gets and the tactics that he has to use to win. And it's not just overpoweredness; it's actually him tactically fighting these people. And you're gonna like it later on. Yeah, he is still overpowered as hell, but it really brings that concept together that he's not just strength, or he needs to start using it because he actually thinks about himself. He keeps focusing on just his strength, and then he starts realizing that he needs to think of the next step and this step, and he starts inner monologuing his actual battles later on. So that is one thing that you're gonna get to see later. It's gonna be good. You're gonna like it. Keep reading.
I will keep reading it. I won't drop it. So.
Do you think it needs an anime though?
That's where I'm about to go to next. Here it is, guys. This is one of the biggest things that everyone is freaking out about. They don't know what's going on with it. So there was rumors that they were going to do an anime, and I guess things fell through with some studios because they were upset with the way they treated or they depicted the Japanese in it. So I don't know what the true story is, but that's what I've heard across the internet. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that it should get an anime or it will get an anime?
I cannot say anything about it if it should get an anime. I think I'm not that far into the manga or manhwa to say it. But I think at some point, because so many people enjoy it and read it, I think at some point it gets an anime. I think yes.
I hope so.
I'm also not at the point where they treat Japanese apparently badly. I don't know. I have to see what it's like.
Okay. All right. Andrech, go ahead. How about you?
Yeah, we're missing we're missing a slice of pizza.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait for him to get that.
Here's my policy on the whole anime thing. If studios don't want to support it, they don't have to. But at the same time, if Redo of Healer has an anime, I think just about anything can get an anime.
Yes, if Redo of Healer gets made, this better get an anime, because that is absolutely one of the most controversial freaking animes I've ever watched in my entire life. Like I
couldn't get past the first couple episodes, dude. That shit was disgusting.
I haven't watched it.
It's softcore hentai.
Shield your eyes.
It's softcore hentai. That's what it is.
That's what.
Like I can't.
Yeah. I heard the rumors.
High School DxD is like a joking, softcore hentai in a sense, but like Redo of Healer ain't joking, dude. That shit
it's not
serious. Yeah,
there's just so much going on in it. And you know what? Yeah. If they can get freaking anime, definitely Solo Leveler needs to get an anime, because you know what? The fans want.
On that point, I will also want to point out, if it's not a Japanese studio taking up Redo of Healer.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of studios.
We know that there are also good Korean studios.
Yep.
There I want to mention an anime style comic or cartoon series, which is Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, which were produced by Americans, but the animation is mostly done by Korean studios.
It's really good animation too.
Yes, it is good animation. So there are Korean studios out there that are able to do good animation.
I wonder why they're not picking it up, though. I wonder why no one has picked it up. Maybe they're holding it back from the public. Maybe they have something going on, but they haven't said anything yet. Like, hey guys, very quick, if you guys know something about Solo Leveler, about whether they're gonna make an anime or not, what I want you guys to do, put that in the comments below. Let us know what you guys have heard, and maybe next time we'll actually talk about that, okay? Because I definitely want to talk about it. I want to talk about why this has not been adapted into an anime, because it is like, honestly, like stuff like freaking Gods of High School, stuff like Noblesse, stuff like freaking Tower of God, like all of these three things that were actually made into animes. Solo Leveler definitely needs to be made into an anime. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The thing is, with those, as you said, there is this controversial thing with the Japanese people and how they're depicted. I don't necessarily think that it's the money that is missing, because if you think of all the manhwas that were made into anime, were all funded by Crunchyroll.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think maybe it's just conspiracy theory of me, or theory that maybe Crunchyroll wants to do it, but they cannot find a Japanese studio which is willing to do it.
That's interesting. Yeah,
that's most likely what's going on, to be honest.
Because I feel like if you do this anime, if you go out and you're like, here's the money, let's do it, you have to have the most top of the line animation for this, because the actual Webtoon / Manhwa, it's gold. The animation in it is gold, and to be able to follow up on that in the anime, you have to produce something good. So I think that's one of the biggest things too. Maybe they're just waiting for the right one. Maybe that's it. What do you think, Pizza? What do you think? You think this thing should be made into an anime, or what have you heard?
I mean, I just came back, so
Yeah, I know.
uh, what I've read now, it's quite interesting. It definitely has some things that it should like work on. I mean, I don't want it to get it like first amazing season. Like with One Punch Man, the animations were great. Everything was flawless.
Uh-huh.
And then season 2 came, and they ruined it with the CGI and whatever.
But
Like a lot of.
didn't they change the studio?
They did change the studio. I mean, they had a lot of like freelancers that worked at season 1, and 2 was like really like the professionals. But then again, they kind of ruined it, in my opinion. But it should, in my opinion, get an anime. It would be really sick. Like we had Noblesse.
Yeah, we just talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
The demand is
amazing.
there for it. That's what we know. That the demand is there.
Yeah,
Oh,
the God of High School was
Mhm.
also an amazing manhwa, and the animation were also great. So I think, like, I mean, it's a lot of hype in this.
Oh, yeah.
So it would definitely eventually get an anime or
Mhm.
Get it animated.
I'm just saying, Crunchyroll, this might be your big money right here, okay? And I mean big
True.
money. you need to put in on this or something. Someone needs to grab it.
They
Because
need
if someone doesn't grab it, that one person that does is gonna be rolling in it. Because this thing is big and it goes on. It goes on, and when it finishes, it is amazing. I'm not gonna tell you guys the end. All right. If you guys ever come to our Discord, maybe I might leak a little bit to you and stuff like that. But this story is so good, and the build up going all the way to the end will blow your mind, because the ending is not an ending that like anyone could actually like fathom what would actually happen from just starting it. So I would say start it, get into it, finish it. You're gonna be mind blown. Which actually, anyone have anything else to say about Solo Leveler?
No.
All right,
No.
hey, I'm about to move off into the Q&A. All right, guys. So right now, get yourselves right into the chat. I want you guys to post any questions that you have about anything that we talked about, or just any questions in general. Pizza, we had a couple questions. Which ones were they again?
Give
Give me the first one. I'm looking through it right now.
Yeah. Do you have it?
I'm looking through the questions right now. Let's see. So what is the first one that you saved? You said it's from what was the first one you put in the chat, Pizza?
Oh, I gotta give it to this man. This guy. It's for me, man. It's for me. I love this
my
guy.
God. You know what? I'm gonna keep looking for it, and I want you to capsize on it right now, okay? You bring it up.
Let's do this one. You got it?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about it.
Oh, okay, man. I've got to give the man credit. The Nikonya. I don't know if I'm saying it right. He said, "Who's your favorite JoJo character and why?" Like, I mean, I'm trying to get Ike into JoJo. We're at part 1, episode 8. I don't know if Muninn hasn't watched it yet, because the animation is a turn off for her. I'm pretty sure that's what you said, right?
It's not necessarily the animation, because I don't think that like crazy animation is equals bad animation. So for
But you
me,
haven't watched it.
It's the craziness.
I mean, it's bizarre in its name,
I know, but I have my trouble. I had trouble reading the subtitles and watching what is happening on screen at the same time, and I felt like a beginner anime watcher again. I felt like I made a time travel 10 years back or 12 years back when I started watching anime in sub, and I had to pause to read the subtitles.
Oh,
you know what? Honestly, like me starting it off with Pizza and stuff like that, I actually can watch it. I'm gonna say I'll watch it, and I actually kind of like it.
Hey,
Oh, I
let's
never
go.
thought
That's
I'd
the
ever say that.
beginning.
Never.
That's the beginning.
After
There's
I
only
saw
two
the
people
meme,
here that could
after I
actually
saw
answer
the
this
cherry
question.
meme,
True.
the cherry meme. After I saw that, I told myself I'd never watch it. I didn't care. The freaking that thing right there, like I could not believe that, man. I was like, I can't. My friend used to spam it to me all the time. I'm just like, what is this? What is going on? I couldn't
The
believe
Bro,
memes
it.
make me
Jojo
try
out
it.
Bro, Jojo
The
out of
memes make me
context.
try it.
The memes are so freaking. They're too much.
Bro,
And the music made me try it.
bro, the intro of part 1, it's amazing. It's amazing. I spammed it in a Discord. Come and listen to me, man. With me. It's gonna be amazing.
I know you spammed it.
Yeah. But my favorite JoJo character, I mean, I gotta go with part 2, Jotaro.
Mhm.
Why?
Mm.
I mean, I like his goofiness. Like when there are some moments where he like explains it, like what the enemy's gotta say, and then throws them off guard. It's so funny seeing their reaction. Also, I would say part 3 as well. Like also, yeah, I mean the both JoJos, but I mean the English in between. It's amazing. Like imagine like it's like the bit of the cringy Japanese guy never learn properly how to speak English, but it's amazing. You're gonna laugh your ass off. Part 3 is amazing.
God, I can't believe I started watching JoJo.
Bro, we need to continue,
It was.
man. The hype
I'm telling
is
you, man.
building
I
up.
only started watching it just because of you. Only because of you, I started watching it.
Man,
all right?
there's my two characters are Whamu, because he's just so funny. Okay, listen. He as a character he's just like, you know, honorable warrior, nice guy,
True.
kind
Wamu
of thing.
is a G.
But it's just the concept that these creatures, that these people that want to bring doom and destruction to the human race, bro got a stone in thongs. The Pillar Man theme, the Pillar Man thing is so the Pillar Man theme is so funny. But I guess another one of my favorite characters would have to be Speedwagon. Speedwagon's pretty good too.
Speedwagon, though I swear, like
He's a proper gentleman.
Oh,
Bro,
yes, Speedwagon. Yes.
Speedwagon is the man to my heart, man. He could take me whatever, man. He could like, yo, pizza, take me by the hand. We go on a road trip. No second thought, I would gladly take his hand.
Don't worry about it. I'm in the
There
same
won't be
boat.
no
Talking about
sex.
some people. I'm like,
No,
I just started it, so I'm like, hey, you know what? This might trigger you. Okay, this might trigger you, but I kind of like Dio as a character.
Oh, Dio was the character.
Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with liking Dio.
I actually like his character. No, honestly, it's not. Yeah, he's scummy. Like he's absolutely scummy. But when you see all the points that got him to where he is, and the anger that he has for him and stuff like that, and his pride and all those type of things that kind of led him into the being that he is now, I kind of like his as a villain. His backstory as a villain is pretty cool. I actually like it. I actually liked it. And Pizza's the one that pointed it out to me in the first place. And
I'm
he's
throwing
like,
every meme part.
dude, every meme he could. And I was just like, dude,
considering that you've only watched season 1, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about, Pizza.
Yeah. So far, this is what I know. What I know of him so far. I like him. I like the main character. Don't get me wrong. I love the main character because his manliness, of course. We're gonna go with that. And he has the quads I wish I had. All right, like I never seen the quads.
Dude, talking about those quads. You shouldn't be talking about those traps, bro.
I got some pretty peak.
Bro, I saw.
Dude, he's got some.
I saw his reaction on when you said that you love Jonathan's main character. Bro, wait for part 2. I'm just gonna say, wait for part 2, bro. That's why I'm begging you, man. Oh,
I watched like 3 episodes, or maybe 4, maybe 2. I don't know.
Part 3 is just as good too.
I saw 3 episodes of part 1, and actually, Jonathan was the character I hated the most. Because
gosh.
I don't know. And Dio was the character I liked.
Of course you like Dio. Don't worry, Muninn. Don't worry. One of these days, I don't know.
I need to try JoJo's again. I actually need to try watching JoJo's again.
If you've watched the English dub, his voice is not suited for his body.
No.
That's why I
He
watched
talks like this while being
subtitles.
like 7 foot tall and jacked. He talks like
I
this.
tried. I watched it on Netflix, I think, and they had like the option for German subtitles, English
Okay.
subtitles, or English dub. And I tried German subtitles, then I didn't get along with the subtitles. Then I switched to a dub, English dub, and then I was like,
Oh
the
god.
voices are so bad. I would rather.
Dio has a good voice.
All right.
Dio has
Hey guys,
a good
actually,
voice.
we're gonna move on from this one. We're gonna move on from this. I like the conversation, but let's hit this next one right here. We have one from Kyoko. She says, "What kind of recommendation do you have for sports animes?" Wow. Actually, you know what? Sports animes. I want to go first on this one. And you know what? A lot of people, some people didn't like this. I loved this sports anime, and it was Prince of Tennis. And I actually grew up reading Prince of Tennis, and then the anime came out, and then I started watching Prince of Tennis. If you have never seen it before, of course, it has to do with a kid playing tennis. But this kid he's not just any kid, he's a freaking prodigy. Like, he's an absolute prodigy, and like he goes in and like the way they animate tennis just blows your mind. Like it's a like you know how like all the new sports ones, it's almost like you're watching an action anime. Like it's crazy. And if you ever have the time, it's old. Like I said, I honestly would read it because you know I'm more of a reader than always watching anime. I'd rather read it because I can just blow through it. And I think the mangas have more detail. But if you ever get the chance, Prince of Tennis, give it a chance. It's got multiple seasons. It's great. It's a great sports anime. So that's one for me. How about you, Muninn?
I have to go with the hype anime because I'm not a person for sports anime. I tried watching Kuroko no Basket and I didn't like it at all.
Oh.
I didn't understand why so many people like Kuroko no Basket. I thought it was boring.
I thought it was pretty fire, but yeah.
True.
So I have to go with Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's
What
go.
a surprise.
Let's go.
That's what I said. Why I said I have to go with the hype sports anime.
Haikyuu is
But
so
it is
freaking hype.
so good. It's such a good anime. Because I also if I think of sports anime, I don't necessarily think of old sports anime.
Uh-huh.
I think I was introduced to sports anime, really introduced to sports anime, aside from some stuff like Captain Tsubasa and stuff, that like really old stuff, was when my friends got into Free.
Free.
And my whole cosplay group, and they were like hyping over Free, and it was like,
okay, it was blowing my mind that Free was literally like top 10 and number 1 for so long when it was coming out. And I was like,
Andrech?
what is this? I was like, what's
Andrech?
going on?
drink. Fan service.
Oh my god, yeah, it is.
Free is the fan service alert anime.
He's chugging it
Oh
away.
man, that was awful.
You know what? I feel like that is what set the bar for female fan service. I just want to say that right now.
I
It set
hate
the bar. And now
What a shame.
other things are coming out, like Backflip and like what is the other one? There's another one. There's Backflip and there's Boy Idols or something. And like now these things are coming out. And
Wait,
it's like
is Backflip turning into another Free?
It's time to stop. I'm
Because
not watching
I
Boy
watched like
Idol
the
anime.
first episode, And I was in the first episode. I watched the first 2 episodes of Backflip, and I'm really interested in the anime.
I like it.
But
I like it.
I am afraid that it will turn into like this, into free, like into like complete fan service, because I don't really like fan service.
Mm.
Well,
Don't
it is
either.
if it's a little bit, if it's like just a little bit of fan service, I understand it.
Yeah.
I
Plus,
also
you definitely
kind
like
of like
Dio.
it, but if it's like free, at some point it takes over the story. The fan service, when fan service takes over the story, it's too
Watch
much.
High School DxD, where the fan service is the story.
True.
Oh
mean,
my god.
No, but
If I-
for a sports anime, watch Days if you like soccer or
Days.
European football.
Days. I don't think I ever seen that one.
No, I mean, what I don't agree what Muninn said, but I would go with
For which
Kuroko no
one?
Basket.
Oh, okay.
It's my first one, and I like really like basketball, like growing up.
How did you not like the way they were dribbling, and when he goes into the zone, like it's
Bro, don't
freaking crazy. It's dude, it looks like it looks like an action anime.
bro.
That's the thing that kind of put me off of
Look,
Kuroko no Basket, and when
That
that's why I thought
I'd rather
it was
watch Austin
boring,
hit someone with a sword, to be
I
honest.
mean,
because it was so over the top.
I mean, the zone is actually something that actual athletes get in.
Yep.
It's true what happens. You get in a complete concentration, and everything like kind of works in your
It's like a
favor.
trance.
Everything goes smoothly. Everything it
Okay.
feels like you have
Yeah.
unlimited stamina. I mean, come on,
But-
Kuroko
It
with
made me
this.
want to go play basketball.
But
True.
I have to state another sports anime here, where I thought like the whole concept of zone was put in the story better, which is Scale Infinity.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I keep seeing it everywhere. I have not watched it yet. Is that
Go
a
watch
sports
it.
anime?
It is good. It is good.
Bear
It
witness.
has
I definitely need to watch it. I've seen some stuff, and apparently overpowered. I think it was like overpowered characters. It was on an overpowered character list. I was like, what? How's that on an overpowered character list? But now I want to watch it because I saw that. But like I definitely want to see that one. And actually, I want to bring something up. Somebody put something in the chat, and they said I didn't mention Ice Shield, and I just want to say, Ice Shield was absolutely phenomenal as well. Okay, I would have said Ice Shield, but I liked Prince of Tennis better because Prince of Tennis, I felt like their actions and the way they did the art for their special attacks in Prince of Tennis, like their special skills and stuff, was way better than Ice Shield, because Ice Shield was kind of like, I don't know. I don't like the more cartoonish, chibious looking version type stuff. I like it when anime looks more realistic. So like when you cross over, that's the only reason why I didn't say that one first. But I loved Ice Shield as well. Ice Shield was really good. It was a football anime, and that one was pretty good. That one was actually really freaking good. But
As realistic as anime can look, though.
Yeah, as realistic as anime can look. It makes things look better. So actually, I want to bring up another question. All right, guys. And this one is a One Piece question, and it's from our boy Desan. He said, here's my question and thoughts on Luffy versus Katakuri, that the fight was a good, well-written, hyped over the type of I am almost done with Whole Cake. This arc is quite something. Okay, so I assume he's saying that, you know, the Katakuri fight. What did you guys think about the Katakuri and Luffy fight? You already know who I'm gonna start off with. Go ahead, send it, lady, send it.
The fight was amazing. The Katakuri fight is one of the, I think the Katakuri type is definitely one of the top fights in One Piece.
Oh yeah,
They are amazing. There are a lot of amazing fights in One Piece, and Katakuri is definitely up there.
Oh yeah, it's such a long fight too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't realize how long the fight is. It is crazy, and it's so good.
And not a lot of this fight was off screen. It was
Mhm.
shown completely. It's one of the few fights that are not got off screen for some parts of it.
How about you, Pizza? What did you think about it?
I mean, I first thought that Luffy won by plot armor, because he's the main
What?
character. No, listen. And then I started digging, like that's not like Oda's thought process. So I looked up some videos explaining the episode, and it made sense. Katakuri is physically stronger. His haki is stronger. It's better advanced. But Luffy won the mental game. Like with he kind of has like a perfectionist complex. Like I'm the strongest. I'll beat you down. And then Luffy keep getting up and like ruining his perfection. Like why is this sack of meat keep getting up? Why is he not staying down? He knows he can't
Uh-huh.
win. And then eventually overcoming it. And then Katakuri saying, "Are you coming back for Big Mom?" Sheesh. That was sick. That was sick. I hope like eventually like Katakuri would have like Roger and Whitebeard bond. Like
That
sit down and have some sake together or whatever.
that would be cool. But I think you know what? I think Law has that piece though. Law
Yeah,
has
Law
that
is,
little special
is the
spot
white
right
kid of
there.
Luffy.
I don't
Definitely
watch.
think Law does.
I don't watch One Piece, but I know for a
Yeah.
fact I can beat Luffy in a swimming contest.
Not if he stretches first.
I don't think he can win against Jotaro though while he was training for his Amon.
It's true.
Here,
Jotaro's-
actually, let's see.
Jotaro's
We got
bigger and
another question
stronger.
right here. And there it is. And it's by Edgar. Edgar is saying, do you guys like Boruto?
Get a
Which
question out of
one
here.
Do you prefer anime
Get that
or manga?
question out of here.
All
I don't
right,
want to
so let me
see it.
answer this. Let me answer this. I'm gonna start it off, okay? Because I know all these haters. I absolutely hate the anime with a passion. The anime technically didn't even start until Kawaki came into the picture. Period. Like I'm just saying, like the story didn't even like really start. No hype, nothing. I think the Boruto fight right before Kawaki gets there, is the only thing that was worth watching for all fights on there. The only thing. Everything else could just like absolutely dang it. Where did my trash can lid go? I'm gonna say belongs in the trash.
Belongs in the
Everything else before
trash.
that, it just belongs in the trash. Like I like Boruto. I love the Naruto series so much, but what they did to Boruto in the very beginning just absolutely angers me because all those people that they put in there, they're not even gonna matter. Like a lot of those characters aren't even gonna matter in the later story. So I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of foreshadowing that most of those characters are probably gonna die.
It's kind of like why people don't like whenever it's kind of like why the ratings on My Hero Academia fell during the whole 1B training arc that just finished up. If you're watching the anime right now,
Yep.
It's because they just introduced like a crap ton of new characters that don't have any seeming relevance to the story whatsoever.
None.
So basically like it makes the people who read your stories just like a little frustrated whenever because you got to think that especially after Naruto you gotta think like what is the big bad thing that this kid's gonna have to deal with. Same thing with My Hero Academia. You go from like fighting a literal like crow of death of a human being, and then you're like, oh, we're back to school training.
Yep.
Okay.
Please don't spoil too much. I didn't.
No, you're okay.
It's not an actual crow of death.
Yeah, it's not. But in that sense, you know, Boruto, the manga is good. The manga is fire, absolute fire right now. There has been no skip beats whatsoever. I will keep reading it. I hate the art style, but I will keep reading it. And then if the anime can produce what we have going on in the manga, I'm gonna keep reading it. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm still watching it now, but I know Pizza's gonna go ahead and put his 2 cents in real quick.
Bro, the moment I saw, I was giving you the chance, you know. I was trying to watch it. I watched like 24 episodes or whatever.
Oh, it's so bad.
Bro, it was such a turn off. The first like 10, 20 episodes, you saw the Zabuza fight. Actually, like it was solely focused on Zabuza. You saw the Sharingan. Everything was hyped up. There, you see. I mean, okay, Naruto doesn't have the dead thing that he had growing up, so he doesn't know. But come on, having 1,000 shadow clones working in the village, but not the one at home, not multiple while working. You know that you can stay and have some time with your kids and your wife. No, he does it alone, and
That's
just
crazy.
keeps, and the self-proclaimed seven deadly swordsman.
Oh,
the
that arc was
moment,
so
bro,
dumb. That was the dumbest arc ever. I
Bro,
couldn't.
The moment I saw them like crying over blood while being ninjas and proclaim them they are the seven assassination of blah blah blah, bro. Nah, I literally just closed the tab. I've never touched it again. After that episode, no way. I am way too bonded to Naruto seeing him getting that trashed left to right, and then having like a protagonist son, you know, like he's pretty strong but naive.
Mhm.
I mean, come on, bro. There's so many things going on in my head I can't properly explain. It's just shit.
I
Never
can tell you
watched
right
it.
now. You can pick it back up right when Kawaki appears.
Nah, fuck him.
I'm telling you,
fuck it. Nope,
right when
nope,
he
nope.
appears, pick it back up. You'll be sold, just like the old
Nope.
Naruto all over again.
Nope.
It,
I'm not watching it. No
I'm
matter
telling
what.
you.
No, I'm not watching
No,
it.
no, no! You can't make me.
You can't make me. I'll be a
I
little
would close
kid.
my eyes. I need to
I'll-
turn it off.
No, no,
Anyone
no,
else
no,
have
no,
anything
no, no,
about Boruto before I go to the next question?
I prefer Naruto over Boruto. I don't watch
True.
Boruto.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
That's it. That's all you really need to know. Like, sorry.
And
If you
after
really like
moving on to this
Naruto-
next question, I know Munin's been sitting there. I seen her eye twitching. She's like, "You better do this question." Here we go. And we have from Cassandra. All right, she says, "I have a special question for Munin. Who is your favorite Bleach character, and would recommend characters anyone?"
Then I have to grab something on my shelf,
Oh, okay. Here it comes. Here it comes.
which is my
And
favorite
there it is.
character. It's Hitsugaya Toshiro. I know a lot of people hate him, a lot of people love him, and there's no in between. Literally, the whole Bleach community just consists of people who love Toshiro or who hate him. There's really no in between. And but also Bleach has so many great characters. I love Ulquiorra. I love Grimjo. I love Byakuya. Who else? I kind of like Yukio from the Fullbringer arc.
Mhm.
And I mean, I cannot say anything about the 1,000-Year Blood War arc because it would probably spoil it for everyone who only watched the anime. But Bleach has so many great characters.
What about Rukia?
Yeah, no. You
Rukia's
can
a
put,
good
I
character.
like Rukia.
nah. You can put
She's
Rukia
not-
in trash.
She's not my favorite character.
She drives me crazy. With
But-
passion.
She is a good character. From the main like school things, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to answer this question with her or no?
I mean, of course, you know who I am gonna. You know who I am gonna say.
Who?
Zaraki
Orihime.
Kenpachi.
Oh yeah,
wait, what?
Kenpachi.
Bro,
Wait,
I
wait.
can't wait till that part gets animated. Holy shit!
I just wanted to ask. You
Oh,
read the Thousand Year Blood War arc, right?
I can't wait. I can't wait,
That
dude.
scene is so amazing. I can't wait to see that fight.
Bro, how it built it up to that moment, like him being confused
Yeah.
and whatever. Oh my
I'm
god!
excited.
Nerds, the lot of
When-
you.
When
Hey.
Bleach comes back, I'm just saying we're doing something. We're gonna
Yeah,
watch
I'm-
that
I'm
all
down.
together. We're
I'm
all
Also-
watching that together. No one's watching
also-
it not together. Okay.
Also, I am kind of I want to see another fight animated in the Thousand Year Blood War arc, which was kind of off-screened in the manga, is Kenpachi versus the previous Kenpachi. I don't say who it is, but I want to see that.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Because
yes.
I
Yes.
never in my life would have expected that this character would be the previous Kenpachi.
Definitely yes. Yes.
True.
Yes.
I would
True.
love to see that fight.
I can't wait. Here we go. Moving on to this next one, guys. And here it is. Let's
Oh,
see. Is it gonna go up? There it is.
There it is.
All right. Hey guys, from Lasana?
I think
Sorry,
it
I
is.
can't. I don't know.
Lasana Strauss.
There it
Star.
is. What's your favorite isekai anime? What do you recommend of the animes or manga? So, what's your favorite isekai anime or manga? I already as soon as I saw that in the chat, I started freaking blowing up my phone because right now I am literally currently reading 42 isekais.
This guy is insane.
And so this isekai that I'm reading right now is my absolute favorite. It has stumped all the isekais out there. As much as I loved all of them, this one is taking it to another level, and it is the beginning after the end. The beginning after the end is freaking fire.
Is it a manga or an anime?
It's a manga. It is a manga.
Okay.
And what it is with this one, actually, I think it's a manhwa, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
So this one, I'm gonna tell you the very start and premise. Of course, the guy was sent into another world, of course. But in the original previous world, right, he actually was a king. He was a king, and he was a king that worked his way up through, poverty and all the way to the top through his own strength and his own maturity. And he, oversaw an entire society more further in the future than this place that he goes to. I can't really remember how he died or how he got to the next world. But when he was alive, when he was born as a child. It kind of almost reflects the same as Redo a Healer in the very beginning.
Ooh.
But one of the god damn it! Why did I say Redo a Healer? No, not Redo a Healer. Redo what is it? Jobless Reincarnation.
That's
It
what I
kinda-
that's okay, dude. I don't want to skip everyone. I don't want to skip everyone else, dude. But that was mine.
I am sorry. I apologize.
No, that was
Jobless
mine!
Reincarnation.
That was mine.
It's all mine. You can't have it, Pizza. It's mine.
it's mine.
So, it was Jobless Reincarnation. It kind of brings it
I
that in the
pick
beginning.
one.
No. I'm not calling out Jobless Reincarnation. What I'm saying is it's kind of has a beginning like that, but as it branches off, there's a incident where he actually gets disconnected from his family when they start to travel, and so he works his way as the younger person that he is and knows all these techniques from the other world. He's like a 5 or 4-year-old child in the wilderness by himself fighting bandits and shit. And it's crazy how smart he was. And the only thing that sucks is because he kept all the skills he had from the other world, but because he's younger and he cannot utilize, his actual adult form, he has a child form, he's so fumbly, let's say. He doesn't have that dexterity that he wish he would have, and he wouldn't be able to react and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy for him. And it's from that point, the way he utilizes magic and sword skill and everything, it just gets better and better and better and better. And yeah, it's like I said, it's an isekai. All isekais are pretty much the same, but this one makes you love the main character. And it's not just because the main character was like a shitbag or something, but this guy is actually coming from a world that he was already a king.
Yeah,
And
the
he is
jobless
kinda-
reincarnation. The guy's kind of a shitbag. So that's a good point.
Yeah. And
But
so
I-
he already has those mental capacities of what should be done, what is right, what isn't right, and stuff like that. And he's able to like really articulately talk to people as well. And I think it's really good. If you guys, I say you guys definitely go watch. I'm like go read that one. It's really good. I binged the entire thing and almost. I actually like spent like 8 hours reading the entire thing. But you know that's mine. That's mine. What about you guys?
I've already given
I
you
have-
mine, man.
Go ahead, Muninn.
Sorry.
I say I have two in my mind,
Mhm.
but I have to go with Devil as a part-timer.
No! Are you kidding me? Are you
That was
kidding
so good too. I love that
two
one.
I had in mind. The two I had in mind. Ike steals it and Muninn steals it. I'm done.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Pizza.
done.
I'm
Devil
sorry.
is a part-timer, which you know what, Muninn?
Okay,
I'm
okay,
so happy you
Pizza?
said that because season 2 is
Pizza?
coming out.
Pizza,
No,
we
no.
make a deal. Pizza, we make a deal. You explain Devil is a
No.
part-timer, and I say another one.
No. I have a better one. I have a better isekai.
Which one?
Okay, well, first,
Part
Muninn, go
one,
ahead and explain
JoJo.
Devil's a
Let's
part-timer.
go.
That's
Go
not
ahead-
isekai.
Go
Part
ahead and
one.
explain
My
Devil as a
isekai.
part-timer.
Devil as a part-timer is like the devil is fighting a war in his dimension, and he has to flee to another dimension, and he flees like into our world, and then he gets a job at
At McDonald's.
yes, at a
At
fast food
McDonald's.
restaurant, literally McDonald's, and he's like, it's such a good isekai, it's such a good comedy anime.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yes, and it gets a second season.
Oh yeah,
Oh wow, it took them long enough.
it deserves it. Honestly,
True.
It
was
took so long, but I think the second season was confirmed.
Yeah. Where'd Ike go?
I just went footsie. I mean, I'll take it over them. My,
I'm here. Go ahead and say your piece, Pizza.
I mean, my favorite isekai.
If you say JoJo, we're skipping you.
I wanted to say I said JoJo. But my first isekai is like one of the best in my opinion. I haven't watched the second season because I heard it was shit, but it's gotta be ReZero.
Oh, okay. I liked ReZero actually. I liked it a lot.
Bro, I swear, the moment I got into like that was one of my early anime period, you know. I stumbled upon that one and it was so insane. It's like kind of horror seinen vibe, you know.
Mhm.
But damn, bro. I mean, imagine you get isekai to another one. You're like basically a human, and then you just like it's how do you say it? It's a cycle you can't break. And what that cycle is, I can't say because that you have to see it yourself. But oh my god.
Hey, very quick. Hey guys in the chat, I'm gonna take one more question after this next question. So if you guys can put your best question in there, okay? Very quick, Andrech, what was yours again? I know you said
it was gonna be jobless reincarnation, but I'll have to
There it
settle
is.
with Shield Hero, honestly.
Oh, there you go. I am excited for this next Shield Hero season coming out. Oh, dude.
It's gonna be good, but I don't know. It's gonna be different. It's the problem with anime like Shield Hero, and I don't want to ramble on because we're short on time and everything. But it like I'd say the first season of Shield Hero is kind of self-contained. I have no idea what to expect from the second season, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, because the first season was all about him hating himself, and that gets resolved if you watch it all the way through by the end.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't know what's gonna happen next.
And you know what? That cleans it up for that question. This is going to be our last question. I think this one's Kiwi's gonna reflect on this one because she loves this one right here. Who is your favorite fairy tale character? All right. So first off, who watches fairy tale?
I do. I like
do.
Fairy Tail.
Kind of. I
do.
didn't. I didn't watch till the end. I'm not finished with Fairy Tail.
I had a
but-
moment where I was studying for my what I'm trying to do for a job. I'm not going to tell you guys what exactly I was studying for, but specifically, I got really tired of studying, so I decided to binge watch Fairy Tail, and I actually watched from episode 1 to episode 156 in 3 weeks.
Wow.
It was
What I'm
rough.
talking about.
It was good. Like I really like the vibe that show gives me, but in terms of characters, do y'all want to go first? I mean,
No, you can go. Say your character.
No,
Say your
go.
character.
all right. As somebody who's watched that show over and over again, I'd have to say my favorite character is probably Zareth, like the big bad,
Oh, okay.
because he
okay.
doesn't really
Oh,
want to. He doesn't really want to
I
hurt
see
people. He just like ends up doing it himself.
Later
No,
on.
The dude's cursed, but I'm not going to get into that because that's spoiler territory.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And you know what?
mean-
Actually, I read Fairy Tail, and when the anime came out, I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the anime, and the reason I didn't like the anime was because one, they had all these magic circles going on, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" I was like, "Get that crap out of here!" And so that just killed it for me, man. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that.
Crap out of here.
And
Put
so
it in
I
the
was-
trash.
it was a trash. But
Feels
I
bad,
started.
man.
I just read it. I read the entire thing. I loved it. I loved reading it. I love Hiromashima's like his work, and I've always liked Rave Master, and so these characters like were really freaking cool for me. And I think my favorite character is Luxus. That's my favorite
Loxus.
character.
I like
Yep.
his redemption. Like
He's my favorite character. Absolutely my favorite character next to Erza, of course, because Erza is freaking badass. All right,
Erza.
next to Erza. Because but I like him the most, mostly because one, the beginning, his arc was kind of like a little trashy, but he was still badass. And then later on, as he kind of comes back into the story, he's still staggering as one of the strongest ones in the entire guild, even though Natsu still kind of like teeters back and forth. The way they do the power scaling is a little weird. It's like they show that he's like this strong, and Natsu is like this strong, but he still beats him. That doesn't really that doesn't
power
really register in
scaling
my
and
head.
shonen never work. I hate
Yeah,
that. I hate power scaling and
That
shonen.
part doesn't really register in my head. But beside that, he is my favorite character.
Yeah.
How about anyone else?
What about you? This is the angle you're at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it, because it's such a long time since I read Fairy Tail. It was actually one of the few that one of the starting and out anime for me, alongside with Elfenlied and.
It's a
One Piece.
kid's show, It's really good. It's like when you watch it, it's basically a kid's show. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Well,
Well, but with a lot of fan
for
service.
me, we talked about it. We talked
ahead.
about
I got you.
Fairy
Fan
Tail
service.
in a previous podcast, where we got really deep into the dark space, and so Fairy
Lot
Tail
of
for
fan
me has a special
Place.
place, and one character. Which one do I like the most? Probably
Kiwi, you can't
Erza.
say anything because you're not here.
Yeah, get on the stream
I
and
go
talk to
with
us later,
Erza.
okay?
Erza.
Yes.
Okay, we got to talk about like the tournament arc when she goes against like all of the monsters. That I fell in love with her.
Dude, Urza's so badass. Like, it's actually
That
ridiculous.
moment is
How
awesome.
can one character be so consistently badass throughout an entire shonen? You know what I'm
Muninn,
talking
Yeah.
about?
great character that you picked. I just want to say that great character.
Even her copy on that other alternate plane of existence is badass. Like, how does one character stay so badass? You're right here, right?
Pizza. Did you even have like I man, your eyes are like glazing over. Did you even watch Fairy Tail?
Bro, funny story about that. I wanted to watch it. I had my friend. No. Listen.
This
My
dude.
friend. No. I wanted to watch it. Like I was in Japan with like a few of my friends, and I asked them, "Yo, should I?" We were talking about anime, and I was like, "Yo, should I watch Fairy Tail?" And they were like, "No, you shouldn't, because it's like it's." Look, if I'm gonna say it, it's gonna be like a spoiler, you know. But I don't know if it should I say it. Is it a spoiler?
What do you mean?
I mean, like it's too much of an how do you say it? Like friendship overwins everything.
Oh, okay. No, that's not a spoiler. That's not a
Oh
spoiler.
no, that's not spoiler.
Yeah, so that was a huge turn off for them, and then and it was also kind of for me because it's like plot armor, you know, like fan service shit.
Friendship.
It's kind of cringe in my opinion, because
You don't like friendship and fan
Wait,
service?
hold on,
No.
dude.
Oh
You're
my gosh.
time out.
we
Okay,
got
first up-
we
listen,
are
dude.
born alone and we're gonna die alone. No one cares.
Listen,
about
dude,
friendship.
you're calling the whole friendship is power thing cringe when you watch people stand there and scream at each other while their soul robots fight each other.
Hey, bro. Hey,
You want to call Fairy Tale cringe? Get out of here, dude.
bro, listen.
Oh, come on.
if it's the main thing, like to beat someone stronger, like above your level, and it's about friendship, I mean that's kind of cringe.
But it's really, you know what? I like to think of it as it hit a place where, you know what, they showed that friendship can go a whole different direction. It's not just someone that you know, someone you hang out with, but it brings into the correlation that, you know what, friends are just like family as well. People who actually you can trust and stuff like that.
It doesn't translate into friends equal power,
Yeah.
more or less. It translates into friends are a reason that I have power.
Yes. But you know what, guys? Moving on from that, very quick. At this time, is there anything any of the hosts wanted, like a question or add anything before we end this?
I don't have any.
No,
Nope.
Andrech?
I do. Like, what do you want me to say? I mean, look,
Yeah,
everything
actually,
this was a stream that we started an hour ago that was supposed to last an hour, and it's lasted like 2 hours. My legs have fell asleep, and I can no longer walk.
On that
I am
mark,
permanently crippled.
very quick, guys. Very quick, before we end this, I want to give a quick shout out to Mashima Heroes Discord server. Okay, these guys actually they are like Rave Master, Fairy Tail, and Eden Zero like connoisseurs, guys. They love Hiro Mashima's work, and they love talking and discussing all these type of animes. So if you guys have those same interests, please go look at this Discord. Let them know we sent you guys there and stuff like that, and just. It's an overall great community to talk about and talk about those type of things. And moving from that, that wraps it up for us. Be sure to watch our podcast. You know, of course, again, if you like this content, please let us know what you think about this in the comments below, okay? Or any of the questions or any of the topics that we talked about. We go live 3 p.m. CST, 2100 CET. Monday is Black Clover chapter reviews. Wednesday is anime conversations just like this. And Fridays is One Piece chapter reviews. Thank you for watching. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed our content. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification button and bell, and comment below. Also follow our Instagram, Twitter for additional content and polls. One big thank you from all of us from Otaku International. Guys, hey, bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, make sure you smash that like button, dude.
Smash
You know what I'm
it.
saying? Yeah, smash.
Yeah.
I want you to smash it.
Detroit, smash it.